welcome to Smart and Art. It's my first day back in the studio for like, has it been like 3 weeks or a month? I have no idea. I did the retreat near Spokane. It was amazingly awesome. I've been home and I've kind of been avoiding coming down here because I didn't even know what to expect. Although to be honest, I came down and I was like, oh, it's not so bad. And then like, I didn't really have inspiration, but I've been wanting to go back to those purples for many weeks. And so I grabbed like all the purple paints that were here. I have no idea what I'm doing. Let me just show you all these paints. I don't know what these colors are even. So we're gonna I'm just like playing around right now. We're gonna figure out what colors these are, what are tubes, what are piggies. And I thought for fun, I don't even remember if I've used this yet. This is color to go. I got the color Agapanthus because isn't it funny that Agapanthus is one of my favorite piggy color. Oh, you can't see, hold on. It's a really pretty, like a lilac purple. So we're going purple today, maybe, if I'm inspired to do something, which how could I not with all this purple? So let's like figure out, oh, and of course I could only in my whole place find 4 mixing sticks. You can tell it's gonna be one of those days. Now, why don't I start with, there's about 5, they look like 5 interference colors. Let's figure out what we have going on here. Now it's better when you're mixing an interference color, you don't know what it is, to actually use a white, no it's not Lisa, to use a black mixing stick if you can, just because it shows up better on black, but I don't have any right now. So this to me looks like ball gown. Okay, not like you can tell. Okay, but anyways, ball gown, cool, let's remember that. I'm gonna wipe my one little poor stick. This is why my glasses, hold on. This, oh, it's not an interference. Look as I'm mixing it up. So this is probably ore. What happens when sometimes when the piggies sit for too long, especially like the metallic-y gold ones, is they like sink to the bottom. It's hard to tell what this is. It's not a color I'm interested in though, to be honest. So we're gonna put her to the side. But this is what I'm trying to like pick my palette from what's going on here and eliminate what we've got. So this, oh my God, this might be boring for you guys. Me trying to figure out what colors. But this is one of my favorites. This is Twinkle, which we are gonna use because this is the purple to blue. I'm gonna eliminate ball gown because that's warm. I'm staying cool today. That's my vibe. So let's hope this is a fun interference. It could be white. Oh, it's not even an interference. Isn't that funny? I think this is just warm white, which we're gonna keep, and it thickened up crazily. So we're gonna thin her down. Okay, let's talk about colors now. All right, so far we have warm white and Twinkle. All right, let's see what this could be. Now the problem is, this looks like a custom color because see how it's coming back together. That's what I was gonna say was, I did this purples video so long ago, I don't remember what I did, so you might have to just go back and watch it. This to me seems like something I mixed just with some white and a bit of purple to make like a light lilac, which I'm gonna use this instead of the warm white, okay? We're getting somewhere. Now this, I'm curious as to what this is. I like to play the game Piggy or Tubi. This is a Tubi. It looks like another light, boring white color, which we don't need. So we're eliminating. All right, I believe this could be, you know, one of my favorite graphite gray, which I'm correct. So this is Tri-Art Graphite Gray. Love her. She has a nice sheen to her. It's funny, some paints like really thickened up and some thinned down. All right, next. So far, to remind you, we have TLP Twinkle, Graphite Gray, and that custom purple. I'm gonna guess this is, I should not guess. This is what I was gonna guess though, Agapanthus, which is definitely my top. It's just such a silvery purple. She also needs to be thinned. Why don't I do that now? So we're just gonna go bloop, and I'm gonna thin that other white one, bloop. Just like that. Okay, how did we do? Are you guys having fun or what? Okay. So far, we have 2 tubies, 2 piggies. This, I'm gonna guess, is also a custom that I made. Yeah, I did something cool with this and we don't remember what it is. Because it has like, oh, do you know what I think I did? I think I added some purple to graphite gray. Genius. We're gonna use this instead of the plain graphite gray and thin it out. This is actually a beautiful color. That's from my purples video too. Isn't that nice? Oh, she really thickened up over time. So that's what happens, you know, when your paints are sitting for so long, they could really thicken up. Okay, I hope you guys are having fun. All right, so I'm replacing this graphite gray with this graphite gray. Now, I feel like this is probably looks like agapanthus again, but it's not. I did something custom with this color too, because it looks like it has like the interference velvet in it with, look at that. What did I do? Or interference turquoise? Oh, no, it's probably just Constellation, which I love. Okay, TLP Constellation, by the way. Do you know what? This was my favorite color because this was from like one of the first, I think, batch of colors that they made, TLP. It's a really nice color, so we're gonna keep it in the mix. Okay, so to remind you, what's this? This is just probably some sort of, doesn't look like diox, but some sort of tube purple, like a permanent blue violet or diox, or maybe I made, it could be diox and I added a little black to it. All right, I'm seeing the vibe we're going for. I have one more thing to mix. We don't know what it is. What is this? It's not really doing anything. Oh, something's happening. Something's happening. It's lightening up. So again, it must be a custom mid purple that I made, which is actually really pretty. So we're gonna keep her. Okay. This is actually a really pretty color I made. Who knows how I made it, but it's pretty. Okay, now let's put them in order. Let's talk about layering. So, as a beginner, if your paints are not on point, do not start with a pigment, okay? Just because I said so, and your paints are probably too thin, and everything is gonna melt. Because I can do what I want, I can start with a pigment if I want, but I need to figure out first what we're doing. So because I know with these colors, I would like to use a white cell activator. So I'm starting at the top. I'm gonna put this tube purple right under the white cell activator. Okay, so we know that's happening. Now, I have 1, 2 piggies, that's fine. And so for funsies, I have to think, what do I want the center, if I'm doing a bloom, am I doing a bloom? I don't know. What do I want the center to look like? That's gonna be the first color. Wouldn't it be fun, maybe if the center was Constellation, okay? So now I have my bottom color, my top color, and now we can kind of fill it in. Generally, I add my interference over a dark tube paint. This isn't that dark, but why don't we just do that? Keep in mind, this is probably opaque, so that depends where you put it too. Now, because we have an interference, now we need a tubie, which this is, I believe, and then we'll put agapanthus on top. So, in actuality, I haven't layered how I want, and I haven't even used this light purple, white, and I don't think I actually need to, especially because I'm using a white cell activator. So let us review what I just did. We have Constellation, that mid purple that I made, Twinkle, the custom gray that I made, agapanthus, and then the purple. Now, let's see if I have white cell activator. That would be a fun trick. White Cell Activator. Is this you? Could be. It is. Sometimes you gotta smell it. Okay, so we have the white cell activator that's been sitting for weeks. How exciting. You know what? Let's just like do a bloom. We've done all this work of mixing and I bored you to death. Let's do something pretty. I'll be right back. Okay, we're gonna go wild today. Why not, right? So this is a 24 by, I don't know, 16 or 18, whatever. And we're just gonna do like a little bloom and we're gonna stretch it out this way, see what happens. Now the problem is, I will probably have to thin my pillow paint because these light colors, yeah, look how thick that is, are quite thick. Ew, and they have these things in them. So first, I'm just gonna take some water and thin it and give it a good mix, which I probably should have done before. Now the problem is it's very hard to tell what you're looking for. So most of the time you just kind of pray for the best. Because it doesn't, ooh, gross, hold on. It doesn't thicken up. I mean, it doesn't thin out very obviously. Let's see. And especially when you're doing a bigger piece, you don't want thick paint because, you know, you want it to spin off. Just do a bit more at this point. All right. Are you ready to try this? All right, let's see. So, again, I don't want to put too much. So let's see how I'm doing. Let's tilt her about. Getting somewhere. And I will put more in the middle. I just want to make sure we're not too thick this way. You know what I mean? Now, let's hope this consistency is okay. All right. Yeah. Sometimes the only way to know is to really feel it with your hands. You know what I mean? So, let's move this. I'll put a little bit more. Now I'm gonna be mouth blowing, which, you know, has its own challenges for a 2-footer, but we're gonna do it. Okay, let's start. We have this, and I'm gonna put enough paint actually. TLP Constellation. I am gonna make more of a rectangular, you know, because that's the shape of what we're doing. Whatever this color is, which is pretty. TLP Twinkle. It's certainly going to be sparkly, isn't it? Okay, next. Try to move my piggies out of the way. The custom graphite gray. I'm just getting the bubbles out. Come on, graphite gray and purple. Now, it would be smarter to use a hairdryer, but am I smart? No. I'm not TLP at this. It's definitely easier. But maybe I should, right? But the problem is, currently, I only have the flower dryer, which I don't love for the blooms. You know what I mean? I find it overblows everything. Well, I'm definitely gonna get full coverage on this at least. I put a lot of paint down, and therefore I definitely should use the hairdryer because we're gonna have full coverage. You know what I mean? Fine, I'll do it. I just don't want to ruin it. All right, so I'm gonna take off the attachment to the flower hairdryer. This is the Drew Barrymore one. People use it for Dutch pours. I find it overblows everything, but we're gonna do it. Okay, so there. I took the attachment off. Let's just do it already. Just pray at this point, right? Okay. Are you ready? Okay, that wasn't horrible. I think it's better without the attachment. Okay, now I'm not gonna shape it or anything until I see where she wants to spin. I hope I don't have to spin her too much. And I hope she cooperates, you know. Okay, I'm gonna do this slowly while I move my paints. And we'll just watch where she's going. So we can see she's going upwards a little bit, which is her prerogative, I suppose. But we want to keep it, especially because, you know, I don't have that much paint to spin off. I'm gonna tilt it down a little bit so she moves downward while I continue to move these paints. Doing big pieces like this, it is hard to gauge how much paint to put down, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Okay, let's keep going down. I'm gonna actually put a little stick underneath. Sometimes that's my little trick to get it a little off balance so she goes the way I want to go. Because you also don't want to overspin. And you also don't necessarily want so much negative space, which we might get on this guy too. Let's see. We're going fast now. Okay. She's looking pretty, actually, isn't she? Now, let's see. I'm gonna see the middle. Okay, can you use one more spin? I think we're just gonna have a negative space beauty on this one. And I'm going to skewer her in a moment. I just wanna make sure all the paint comes off. Okay. How is she? You know what? Better than I expected. I think she's cute. So let's see how the paint stitches. And I don't mind, oh, there's still a movement in the middle. I don't mind the negative space now. All right, let me get a skewer while she's doing her thing. Because I don't want the middle to melt, so I do want to spin it as much as I have to. Okay. Yeah, why not? A little flower. Okay, now, and the sparkles are.